live from the diff.
Catch up on the latest Your 80s episode as Hegsy sits down with Tigertailz legend Jay Pepper.
People always say, oh, you know, which bit about the Sunset Strip you from? I say, no, I'm from the diff. You know, they have no idea, but yeah.
I remember seeing your album, Young and Crazy, just flying out. How did you feel when you first held that cover in your hands?
Getting your record in the window in Spillers, you know, when your album cover's in it. Because I remember going back, I used to get the bus from Tom Gwynlais, and then you take your album, you buy your album, and then you go on the bus all the way and reading all that stuff that was on the cover, you know. But then to get your own album in the window of Spillers was such a huge moment, you know, for us. It was such a buzz. When we first got together and we got Stevie James in the band, the singer from that first album, he used to come down, he lived in Oxford, and he came down every Friday night, and I used to pick him up from outside Cardiff Central Station. So I would be there, and at that point I worked for this company called Thorn EMI. It was like a fire engineering company. He walks up, but he's dragging this guy, brings him to my van, and he said, "This is Paul, would you mind giving him a lift home?" It was Paul Chapman from UFO. She told his missus that I was someone from the record company EMI who he'd just signed to, and so I had to go round in my van the next day and convince her that I was the guy from EMI Records. This Cardiff gig next week is more about celebrating the band over the 40 years. It's actually an evening with. I tell a lot of stories about things that have gone on, and we've also got people playing with us who've worked with us over the years. Glenn Quinn, good friend of ours, who's stepped in and played bass when Pepsi died, bless him, some years ago. We've got backing singer Susie Chunk, who's worked with us for about 17 years, and another beautiful lady on violin and backing vocals called Elizabeth Prendergast, who's like an opera-level kind of Welsh Philharmonic Orchestra, all that kind of stuff player. So it's very much a different thing. You get a bit of strings, evening with guest players, and 2 hours of all of our songs that cover our entire catalogue. And we've got some amazing fans. You know, we've got people who follow us all around the country, most of Europe and the world, some of them. There's a group today listening, they're on holiday, the Robsons, bless them, from Newcastle. They follow us all around the country, and they're on holiday listening in today. So hope you're having a great holiday, guys, down there, and we love you muchly.
And welcome. We love Newcastle.
Listen to the full episode on mixcloud.com/your80s.